24/7.
Your seats are too goddamn small!
If your big, round, beluga bop, whale-looking self needs an accommodation in the cargo hold, we can make that happen.
We are here live at the scene of a shocking incident where a woman killed her husband for walking on the floor she mopped. Has she been arrested?
Not yet. We are waiting for the floor to dry. Welcome back to the Spectrum News Network. I'm your host, Marshmallow Jenkins. We have some extremely tragic news for you tonight. The only Hooters in my town has shut down. I drove my moped to the promised land on my lunch break today, and I was shocked to discover that the happiest place on earth has become nothing but a memory. A culinary institution that was once the heartbeat of Tickletoe County locked its doors for the last time this week as it filed for bankruptcy. As the earth shifted beneath my Crocs in that empty parking lot, it began to rain. As if even the sky knew what had been lost to the cruel, twisted hand of fate. I began to wonder where Kelly could be. Is she thinking about me? Wondering where I am? My soul is now bankrupt of boobies. But do I get to file these feelings? No, I must carry on. I must become the man that my dad wanted me to be. The man that was born when Kelly hugged me that one time and absolutely smothered my face with those squeezers. Because if I can't become that man, well, I don't deserve Kelly and her massive upper deckers, do I? So that's what I must do. I won't just survive this tragedy. I'll become stronger from it. Stronger than I've ever been. I know more jiggly honkers are out there, and I'll find them.
This just in. The United States has officially deployed its most reckless and unpredictable unit to the Middle East, the Ultima Team.
Girl, I'm lost. Keisha, guess where I am? Girl, they sent me to Iran. Who's gonna fill in? Girl, that. They got some good ass food here though. Did you not see me? Dead ass. Move. I don't even care for real. Bitch.
Thanks, Chris. Known for their unmatched ability to cause complete havoc in school zones, Walmart parking lots, and Taco Bell drive-thrus.
Y'all lucky I ain't bring Keisha.
The Pentagon has confirmed these drivers were selected based on three things: unpaid registration, loud exhaust, and vibes. God help us all. Welcome to the Black News Network. I'm your host, Papa Cap and Yo Ass Jones. Tonight's story, BNN weather reporter and local hoe Krakisha McRib thinks she too good for me. The part-time weather reporter and full-time community mattress was begging me to come through and lay this pipe last Friday, but now she want to act like she don't know me. She ain't ever had a problem asking me to pay for her food, but when it come time to show me what that mouth do, the hoe proudly lied, I ain't that kind of girl. So we just gonna act like you ain't already popping Plan Bs like they a daily vitamin. Oh, please. The dry cleaners won't even take your business anymore. They all tired of cleaning up baby batter stains off your clothes. Don't ever ask me to DoorDash you no crab legs again. You ain't never gonna feel these biggity black balls snocking all up on that tuna fish hot pocket garage door. And she wanna walk around here like we strangers now? Here's a forecast for any men thinking they about to get some neck work from this hoe. Expect a 100% chance of STDs. Don't be texting me next week saying, I miss you, Chocolate Thunder. Come and get this deep dish. I ain't no hot and ready midnight snack hoe. You just missed the free shrimp. And now here's Krakisha McRib with the weather.
Your seats are too goddamn small.
If your big, round, beluga bop, whale-looking self needs an accommodation in the cargo hold, we can make that happen.
Your seats are too goddamn small.
I told them I didn't want mustard.
If you clearly look at the burger with your colorblind, fat, Godzilla-built cinnamon roll, fat-looking self, you will see that is clearly ketchup.
I told them I didn't want mustard.
If you clearly look at the burger with your colorblind, fat, Godzilla-built cinnamon roll, fat-looking self, you will see that is clearly ketchup.
I told them I didn't want mustard.
Tomorrow's weather happened yesterday, so we're experiencing reverse precipitation. Rain will unfall upward into the clouds starting at 3 p.m.
We're getting reports that local resident Mike Johnson has discovered he's been the same NPC for 3 years, repeating identical conversations with neighbors.
As you can see, we have heavy cat precipitation moving through the Midwest. Expect 3 to 4 inches of tabby cats with scattered Persian showers.
We're seeing a high-pressure system of existential dread moving in from the west, with scattered anxiety showers and a 70% chance of emotional breakdown by evening.
Good evening, I'm Sarah Mitchell. Wait, why are there 2 of us? I think we're experiencing a rendering error.
In tonight's game, gravity was temporarily disabled in the third quarter, resulting in all players floating near the ceiling for approximately 12 minutes.
Traffic is backed up on the aerial highway due to a 3-car collision at cloud level 7. We're seeing delays of up to 20 minutes for commuters trying to reach the stratosphere.
And that concludes tonight's completely AI-generated news broadcast. None of this was real, but you watched anyway. Back to your regularly scheduled reality.
Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? It is Monday, June 30th, 2025. Another episode of News Desk. Let's go, man. I want to say what's up to Gail and Kwame in the chat. What up, what up, what up? All right, another one. Yeah. Not the baby gravy stays, right? Yo, these AI news clips is hilarious, bro. I've been finding them and clipping through them. Yo, I want to thank everybody for supporting the stream last night, man. Last night was crazy. The entire show got hijacked by super chats, man. Thanks to everybody who supported the stream. I think that's the biggest support on stream I've ever got since I've been streaming for 2 years, bro. So just kind of a big deal. We're gonna get into it though. Let's cover some news. We did some by the numbers last week. That showed that Trump's polling is actually pretty good with blacks, despite what you're seeing on the mainstream news. And I've been finding all these black content creators that are making political content that I never knew of. I found a brother called Righteous Perspective. He's got like 400,000 subscribers, and it's like all political and social content. And he's conservative, and he's like a brother too. So he's got like a montage going through black people's sentiment regarding Trump and the current policies. So we're gonna go through some of that, and then I'm gonna get into one or two other things. We shouldn't be here too long, but let me add that to the stage. Bang. Let's go.
Okay, story time. Let's talk about it. So in 2014, 2015, I ran for office. I was a Democrat then. I was a strong Democrat. I was a part of the state committee here in North Carolina, and I ran for a state senate. I did not win, but I was very, very privileged to be able to run to understand the political process. So during that time, I also started to see when I went to the 2012 Democrat convention here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I started to see the party platform started to change, especially when they took God out of the platform. But I also, throughout this process, I started to see that the Democrat Party started to shift as it related to individuals they wanted to promote and make leaders within their party. At that time, when I was a part of the state committee, I started to see that they started to promote more black women and more LGBT gay individuals instead of men, black men and men in general.
Yo. We've been saying that for a minute. Like I'm glad I'm finding this content to be like, it's not just us. Other people see this, except that their voices are not as loud in certain circles, and like we've been competing with mainstream media. But there seemed to be a general consensus that brothers is seeing this agenda in the Democratic Party, and that accounts for a lot of brothers leaving the plantation.
And now, if we think about it right now, the Democrats are about to spend millions of dollars, $20 million supposedly, on how to talk to men. Why? It's all about your agenda. It's all about your platform. You spent so many times trying to downgrade men. You started to push men out of your party. Really, if you think about it right now, the top runners in your party are what? Gay men and women. You start thinking about the front runners of your party. Right now, I see this Pete Buttigieg, AOC.
Bang. We've been saying that. Yeah, if you're a black male and you identify as a Democrat at this point, you might as well just come out of the closet, or you just some old handkerchief head, old boomer Negro.
Jasmine Crockett and Kamala Harris are the top as it relates to the individuals you want to see in 2028. You pushed men out, but you wonder why you can't talk to men. You started this whole thing about toxic masculinity. You wanted men to hate themselves. You got what you wanted. You started to push women 24/7. You are a woman's party. If you think about the men in your party, I don't really consider them pretty much masculine.
Bang. Yo, all the talking points, right on. Yo, we ahead of the curve. Well, we ahead of the curve, man. Yeah, the Democrat, it's a women's party now, or it's a backdooria party for men.
And the individual men that do support you are a lot on the feminine side. The kind of people you'll see at the Beyonce concert. Let's just think about your agenda. The last election, all you talked about was the unaliving process that starts with an A. You don't talk about no policy. Again, you start talking about the elites in college, individuals that are hard workers who work regular jobs, who work in factories, who work with their hands. You disrespect idiots. You don't think they're smart enough. Let's just go further back. Let's talk about NAFTA. The Democrats just threw the working class under the bus, sent our jobs off to different countries, still want to maintain that they're the party of the working class. Y'all was able to disguise that for a very, very long time.
Bingo. And that completely coincides on the opposite end with Trump bringing back all of this investment, foreign investment into the country, and forcing a lot of the companies that left to do manufacturing and whatnot overseas. And that's the whole point of the tariffs. You can leave your company over there if you want, but when you try to ship your products back in the United States, it's going to cost you triple or double. You're better off just moving your factories back to the United States and employing American workers.
But now y'all gone totally left. You mean to tell me you fought illegal immigration? You want people to come here and work against jobs against American people? Those same individuals who you want to court. And one core principle about men is we protect our women, but you want to have males go against women in sports, and you wonder why men are not for you guys. Again, you reap what you sow. Again, you want women to run your party, and it's okay. You can be a woman's party, but men see through that. You want women to be in charge. You don't want men to do anything. You talk badly about us. You want us to follow women. You don't want us to be leaders. When it comes to white men, I feel sad. Got people like Jasmine Crockett and all the AOCs talking all this craziness about white men, even though majority of these black women who are in leadership positions are married to white men. Even Don Lemon saucy self.
Yo, bingo. Yo, and this isn't a red pill channel. This dude just does like political commentary, bro. It's everything. Yo, it's a mass awakening amongst black men with regard to what's going on with the Democratic Party policy and what's in our best interest. Yo, this is spot on.
Men just want somebody that's genuine. We want a party that talks about the issue. You focused on the cultural issue. You want trans here. You want LGBT this. You talk about how many degrees you got and how women are doing this. But yet you want a traditional man. Again, the Democrat Party did this to themselves. And I remember when they did that. That was one of the main reasons why I left the Democrat Party. Because I seen where it was going. Again, your leadership is terrible. In Congress, I think they got a 19% approval rating. They don't see any type of leadership. Hakeem, Dollar Tree Obama, Corey Talk Too Much Booker, Chuck Flip Flop Schumer. I mean, y'all really ain't got nobody.
Yo, he said Hakeem Dollar Tree Obama. Yo, that's man funny. Yo, what up, No News? I see you in the building, man. We're gonna knock another one of these news desk segments out the way. I got one or two good things tonight. This is like I said, I've been finding all these black brothers that is making political content. I didn't know there were so many on the internet. This boy's what, Righteous Perspective? Yo, you got over 400,000 subscribers, man. I'm in the right niche, bruh.
Well, until the Democrat Party can respect what a man brings and that we're not toxic, that the male voice is just as important as a female voice, you'll continue to lose men. I don't give a damn how many studies it takes. Again, until you change your agenda and talk to men, not down to men, and men will continue to trend conservative because naturally men are created to be leaders, not followers.
Ooh. Oh man, he was cooking. Ooh, and the food turned out delicious. He was cooking. If you heard a lie in anything that he said, put a daggone 2 in the comment section if you heard a lie. If you are 100% in lockstep with everything that this brother said, hey, put a 1, put a fist, put a pound. You know, give me one of those, strength emojis for the man. Give me one of those. Give me a salute in the comment section because this brother was cooking. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep going. Woo wee.
Democratic Party out there.
Oh yeah, and what you call it? Like I've been doing like the last couple MTV news desks. I'll put all the source videos in the description section once the stream's over, and I'll update it and everything. So you can link, so you go check these people's channels out directly. But like I said, this dude's got over 400,000 subscribers, bro, and all he does is make like conservative black political content. His content is really good. Like I said, I found him by humbug when I was like just searching clip farming for the show.
I'm going to tell you guys why black men voted for Trump in droves, because you seem not to know. You're talking about spending $20 million to talk to men to see why men ain't voting Democrat. I'm going to give you the game for free. You ain't even got to send me 20 million. Send me $20 so I can put some gas in this truck. Tell you, The reason why we voted for Trump is because Democratic men, black men, have seen the government used against us for generations. We've seen you guys incarcerate us, chase us around, plant evidence on us. We've seen how Democrats work. So when we saw you doing that to Trump, we felt that. We like, you know what? They doing Trump the same way this whole Stormy Daniels thing. They chasing this man. They bringing up stuff from 20, 30 years ago. They chasing this man. They do the same thing to black men. So we started feeling Trump. We know how Democrats operate because we live in Democratic neighborhoods. We know when y'all want to use the government against us, keep us in court, keep us in jail, be mad at us. So you want to have control over us. So you start sending enforcement on us. That's why we all stood for Trump. We knew what he was about. He was about righting wrongs. That's it. There were wrongs being done in America. We're going to right them. People are taking advantage of America. We're going to put America first. What do Democrats do? Oh, well, we go incarcerate him because we don't want to put America first. Black men are like, every time we try to put our family first, we end up in jail and we lose our family. We try to put our kids first, we end up in family court. We got to pay more child support. We see how Democrats operate. So you want to spend $20 million to find out why everybody's leaving the Democratic Party? Just watch this video. I told you a long time ago when I dropped that, I said, the more y'all do to Trump, the blacker this man gets. I dropped that video before he was even elected and everybody laughed at me. Bro, you lost. Trump ain't turning black. You lost, bro. He ain't turning black. I said, no, he ain't turning black. But black people starting to feel him. They know what he's going through because we've done been through this for generations. We know how the Democratic Party operates. They want that plantation. They want somebody picking them crops. They want somebody on the bottom so they can stay elite. We know how the Democrats operate. Trump is trying to make everybody eat. He's trying to bring jobs back to America so we can make money. Democrats, the game is up. Y'all party is done. Until y'all realize what y'all have done in the past to us, y'all will never have a future with us. Black men gonna be Republicans forever at this point.
Now, there are still some brothers that are still on that Democratic plantation, but we doing everything that we can to let them know that we are free. You don't have to stay over there. You don't. If you want to be a man, stand on your square, be a leader in your family, be a leader in your community. Hey, it's time to make a.
Yo, he's spot on with that. And I'm gonna say this again. You see how they came after Eric Adams and one with him speaking against the sanctuary cities, telling Biden, yo, you got some more money down here and whatnot. And then Saul found the clip with Mayor Adams had opened up a men's shelter primarily for black men, and he got a lot of blowback on that. Trump bailed him out, and now he's an independent. And depending on how this election in New York goes, because they just Cuomo just dropped out, and they got that Islamic socialist winning the primary. Like I said, I think, it's going to be a hell of a thing if Eric Adams ends up winning and becoming mayor as an independent. I think that might be a canary in the coal mine. A lot of us black men already is starting to identify as independents. We're not Republican or Democrat. We're just voting based on who has the best policy agenda and initiative for what we want. This time it just so happened to be Trump. No News says Democrats are the no snitching rule incarnate. Yeah, how about that?
Move. It's time to make a move. And I'm glad to see brothers stepping up and speaking out. Woo-wee. Let's keep going.
Man, let's stop this narrative, man. That only rich, white, old people voted for Trump. You see it. I even got vote for felon t-shirts. You understand? You know why I voted for my man? Because he the only one talk about men. Only talk about men. Everybody else is...
Yo, and this right here is what I was saying last week during the show. Like, when I be clip farming for material and stuff like that, I was saying I was on TikTok, and I just been saying, like, this is the first time in a long time. I mean, I can't even remember when I've seen so many black men online talking politics, but more so about policy and, you know, leaning toward Trump. And like I said, they weren't like these big time content creators or anything like that, or social media influencers. They was just regular everyday men. Like I said, something is definitely happening. I think we're going to see how the midterms and the next election cycle plays out. But I think we're going to start to see with the exit poll and more, we're going to see a bigger number of black men not voting Democrat.
Single women, it's women with children that don't make this country move. Men make this country move.
Absolutely.
We the ones paving roads, building bridges, doing plumbing, fire department, police. Stop it. I'm a straight black man, 43, from Washington, D.C., man. Stop it, man. I know what's up. I am not fooled by the shenanigans. Send them all back. I can't go to somebody's country without documentation to think I can just chill over that junk. And then they mad that black.
Yo, that's what I was saying last week. I'm in Peru right now, and I just left Colombia. I can't just post up in a country indefinitely without no papers or documentation or them seeing bank statements. It's crazy. Get these illegals up out of here.
Folks ain't engaging into they protesting. Man, stop playing, man. Man, stop playing. And every black folk that's still voting Democrat, you about as dumb as you look. How you still screaming for the same equalities that you've been voting for since 1955? They've been marching since Martin Luther King. It's 2025 and black folks still screaming my equalities. Guess what you should have did? Took your ass to school. Guess what you should have did? Paid attention to school. Guess what you should have did? Tried harder. Not be a follower. Be a leader. Be something other than a goofy, a gopher, a fall for anything. Get your mind right, yo. You can feel how you feel about old take money. Built like that. But I know what's up, man. Man, I'm shouting out the whole Republican Party. I'm shouting out Donald Trump. God bless America and everything that come with it. Yeah, this country have done tremendous damage to my people. My mama, my grandmama, even my great-grandmama from Savannah, Georgia. So trust me, I know. But at the same time, I also know that when we was out there, when we was fighting, when we were getting abused and everything that came with it, we were still doctors. We were still lawyers. We were still pediatricians. We were still firefighters. We still had our own black Wall Streets, no matter what they try to do to us. So stop the cap, grow up, get your mind right. And everybody screaming about this protesting, we ain't tripping. My voice to y'all, black folk, mind your business. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Let them Bammers get what they deserve. They voted and thought it was going to affect us. They thought that we was going to get deported. How are we going to get deported if we black Americans? Explain it to me.
Cool. He's absolutely right. Yeah, they just trying to play on the ignorance of people. You know, oh, you're black. You know, you got to get on board with this because they're going to be after you next. Yeah, the devil is a lie. We are Americans, and a lot of us have been here, you know, before 1776. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of us have been here. You know what I'm saying? Every black person didn't come across the Atlantic on a slave ship. Let's just keep it a buck. And it's 2025. It's 2025. This brother right here, he's in DC, just outside of PG County, one of the wealthiest counties in the country for black people. And there's a few others out there like that, but PG County, it's one of the wealthiest. The sky's the limit in this country right now. The sky's the limit. If black people can raise $500,000 for Carmelo Anthony's defense, black people can start to put the piece of money together for venture capitalists, for some young folks out there, so they ain't got to go out there and put themselves in debt. They can actually go and start some businesses, be innovators, be creative, and start to build things that people need or offer services that people need. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit in America. That's why you have so many people willing to do anything that they can to get over here because they know it as well. The Democrat Party want to keep you right where you are. Broke, busted, disgusted, feeling oppressed, feeling victimized, and they don't want you moving forward. They need a permanent underclass. They need it. They don't just want it, they need it. And that's why they're fighting tooth and nails for these illegal immigrants, because they're already, the thought process, we got to replace these black people, especially the black men, because they've kicked us to the curb a long time ago. So they stopped even thinking about the needs of a black man in this country. We're talking about the Democrat Party here. And I'm not saying that the Republican Party is here to save you, but they for daggone sure ain't gonna get in your way. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep going. Shout out to this brother right here, man. DC. Now, y'all know he from DC, especially the words that he used. Joint, Bamas. You know a DC brother when you hear one. You heard me.
So let me get this shit straight. The Democratic Party gonna spend $20 million to figure out how to talk to male voters. You can't make this shit up, right? So are you telling me that all the male voters who voted for Kamala, they're not males? Why don't you talk to those voters who voted for Kamala? Or are those male voters, are they zesty? Are they non-masculine? Are they soft? Like Pete Buttigieg?
Yo, I don't know how this talking point spread, but I love it. Like it's a common talking point now. You a black male Democrat? Like, are you? Love it's for the Democratic Party is for the low testosterone males and backdooria. You know what I'm saying? If you a Democrat, if you a black male Democrat at this point, man, you might as well just keep that to yourself. Put that in your pocket, Playboy.
Roland Martin, Tim Walz, to have the black men on this site who love Kamala. Is that the reason? Why don't they talk to their male Democratic voters? Why? Because you know why? They're not masculine. They're not. They want to talk to some of the Republicans, the young voters. They want to talk to the masculine voters, right? Why you not coming to us? Why you not coming to us? Because I know why. The reason why you motherfuckers give me the $20 million. Give me the $20 million, I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, stop agreeing with boys playing girl sports. That's the number one shit. Masculine men don't like that shit. Stop saying that it's fair and stop saying, but it's only 10. I don't give a fuck. It was 1. No more. If you keep that shit up, you never win another election. Secure the fucking borders. We want our borders here at all the time. At all times. If you don't do that shit, I'm sorry, you're not gonna ever win again. Stop using fucking pronouns. I'm just saying, can we go back? Pre-2020 and live like normal people? We all treated the same. We all will be treated the same. There's no special group of people. Please, and Democrat women, stop being so fucking masculine. Let your man lead. Democrat women, stop being so damn masculine. And Democrat men, stop being so fucking zesty. Stop crying. You don't know how to talk. You're a man.
Yeah, stand up.
Oh, that's funny.
He's absolutely right. You got a lot of people on that side of things, man. It's a bunch of complaints, man. All the white men, the country, man. I mean, we 400 years. Ain't nobody stopping you from getting nothing, bro. Stop with all of that. Seriously. This brother right here, man, he checked the boxes, man. He went down the list. He's absolutely right here. But I want you guys to see this, man, because Joyless Reed, that is, she's making the rounds now. She got her own platform, and now she's starting to try to get out there and speak to the masses. I guess she's kind of allowed the embarrassment to die down. Now she wants to get back out there and continue to spew some of the dumbest things out there. But I want you guys to hear what she had to say on the Breakfast Club the other day. Oh my goodness, man, you can't make it up.
I've been a Democrat since I was old enough to vote, but I'm barely hanging on, honestly, because at this point, the party is not bigger than the future of my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I have 3 children. I have, a daughter and 2 sons that have to live in this country as Black people. And fascism don't work for me.
Damn, she got sons? That's crazy.
And I'm not willing to cede the country to Trumpism and MAGA simply because I'm clinging to this party. You know, so people getting all mad at Karine Jean-Pierre for saying but I'm not mad at that, because I'm like, at this point, it isn't, who cares what the party label is? Give me an effective fighter. If Jasmine Crockett is the most effective fighter, give me Jasmine Crockett. And I really don't care what you have to move.
This chick is so irrelevant now. I'm glad we've been roasting her for like the last year and a half. Her ratings did tanked and they got her up out of here. One by one, man. We got Tiffany Cross up out of there, Ebony K. Williams. Get these goofy Keishas up out of here. Making the Breakfast Club runs. Maybe she about to drop a book.
Move around, or who you have to disappoint in order to give me her. Just give me her, because we need a leader.
Jasmine Crockett is not a leader. She's everything but a leader. I mean, we're talking about an individual.
And she just came in last, trying to get the head appropriation seat. The Democratic Party put her back in her place. I tell you, man, Democratic Party, man, it's a plantation.
Individual that has not brought one piece of legislation to the House since she's been in office as a representative. Not one piece. You can't name a bill that she's brought in and championed. You know, she cosplays as being hood and ghetto. She walks around dropping the F-bombs and just saying some of the most vulgar language that can be said as a representative. It's one thing if it's a one-off. It's another thing when it is.
Oh, yeah, you're right, No News. He said, why is this 3 or 4 back? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't forget Jamel Hill. And, you know, bro, we got a list of bodies. We got Stacey Abrams up out there. And now she under investigation for embezzling money. Bro, we've been doing damage, and on last night's show, we see what they doing over there at Revolt Network. They're gonna get this work too. Shout out to Media Man, because he been tearing apart that Revolt Network broadcast for like the last 3 or 4 days with video clips, beating them down with facts, data, and statistics. You feel me?
You know, something that just consistently happens, but yet people like Joy Reid believe that Jasmine Crockett should not only be the face, but the future of the party and the leader. Whoo, if that happens, good luck. I mean, the Democratic Party is already in trouble, but put that lady in office and see how it works. A person that's willing to ostracize 50-60% of the country or more. Whoo, but let's keep.
And to understand enough about the Constitution to the extent that I'm the one that's supposed to make the fucking decision, or at least get a vote. Because Ron is telling me. Right. So literally, like
you just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification. Look at, calm down.
Yo, every time I hear Jasmine Crockett talk, and she out there doing her shenanigans, man, bro, all I hear is this.
Keisha, this connection is like trash. Fuck out my way, bitch! Oops. Keisha, you still there? I deadass think I hit a pothole. Oh my gosh. Well, that was already, like, that dent though. Oh my God. Did you not see me coming out of the building? I literally had the right of way. Dead ass. Literally. Your seats are too goddamn small.
If your big, round, beluga bop whale-looking self needs an accommodation in the cargo hold, we can make that happen.
Yo, every time she talk, that's all I hear, bro. No dude said facts about Keisha Crockett. Hell yeah.
Calm down. No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss Crockett.
I can't hear you with your yelling. Don't want calm down. No, please calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Because y'all talk noise and then you're out of control. Because if I come and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
All right, Chair. Okay. Order. Chair now recognizes Ms. Green for
for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. 4 minutes. Let Miss Green talk, and then you all.
Yeah, so an unhinged individual who is willing to yell and scream in the halls of Congress is the person that's supposed to be the face of the Democratic Party. I mean, to your own detriment. To your own detriment. But we're going to keep going because D.L. Hughley has a massive meltdown. This guy here, man, I'm not a fan of DL. I hadn't been a fan of his for quite some time. And he's just another one of these, race hustling, evil racist celebrities out there that, get paid to spew some of the most divisive rhetoric that you'll ever hear on the airwaves, man. Seriously.
Oh, D.L. Hughley, paid political operative. You heard all the nonsense he was talking leading up to the Kamala election. Yo, that's the other thing with this space and like independent black male media, bro. We killing all sacred cows. Celebrity influence, social media influencers, comedians, all that, athletes. Nah, they don't push you can't put them out in front of us and get them to push an agenda no more. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to stay in their lane and we stay in ours.
No idea. Yes, you do, you coward. Name me one person, one competent person on this cabinet that can help him. One. Same time.
Dio, is there anything that Donald Trump could do that you would give him credit for?
Yes, he could have went to jail for starting a riot.
Okay,
This is a that's what I'm saying. Like a paid goofy. At least have a rational argument, bro. Like, I don't know what they got on this dude or how much they paying. Like I said, he's another Roland Martin. These ain't even rational arguments, man. They be sounding like over emotional women and shit making arguments.
There's the answer. The things that you are saying, with all due respect, they are absolute nonsense. He torpedoed a deal with Iran because he doesn't like Barack Obama. Do you listen to this? Do you hear what you're saying?
He destroyed. Oh, stop it! The man, he wouldn't do that. The man who's renaming federal.
Wait, give me the proof. Let's talk in facts. Let's talk in facts.
Why didn't he torpedo the deal? Why was
because
the deal
it's a crap deal. It's a crap deal, Dio.
What was crap about it, Mike?
No.
What was crap about it?
Has said
there's not. So a better deal is the one he's doing now.
Yes, they negotiated for 60 days. He said take a deal. They didn't take the deal. Now it seems like we are on the verge of peace, except the only difference is now their nuclear program is decimated. Dio, come on.
That man torpedoed that deal precisely because he didn't like Barack Obama.
Every president we have had, DL.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, we can't have these people speaking for us. We can't have these people speaking for the free thinking black male. It's not even a logical, rational argument. They make us look like idiots out here. And that's what I said. Everybody making a foray into the YouTube space because this is where the seat of power is. This is where 80% of males, 80% of the YouTube audience, according to analytics, is male. They got to come down to our playground. Like I say, guys at DL Hughley, they're not going to survive down here. You know what I'm saying? We beat them in the head with them facts, data, and statistics, and that's what we do down here. Receipts, clip farm, and clown them. No news said, bro, they had DL Hughley on YouTube and Uncle Luke on TikTok trying to shame brothers, to voting for Kamala. Yeah, we clowned them all leading up to November. We was handing out work with that, and it did work. Like I said, this space, the work we killing all sacred cows, man. Like all that old program, that shit don't work. But this is what's this guy's name? Righteous Perspective. I actually just found him 2 days ago. He's got 401,000 subscribers. So like I said, I've been finding all these black guys making political content, and their channels are gigantic. As I said, apparently we're in the right niche. But I'll leave when I update the description box after after I finish the stream. I'll leave all the source, the links to all the source videos inside the description link, so you guys can check these guys' channels out and some of the content. We're gonna do a soldier of a finance review next, because he's covering some of the news footage with these Democrats shilling for illegals. Now that birthright citizenship has been supported by the Supreme Court in terms of the way Trump's interpreting it, meaning that it was for FBA and ADOS, the children of FBA and ADOS slaves. So that's a plus for us, but we got black Democrats upset about it. And like I said, if they shield for their actual black constituents that voted them in, to the degree that they are shilling for undocumented people here in the country who are sucking up the resources, because this is a resources issue, their cities and districts would be in far better shape. All right, so I'm gonna load that segment out. Oh, Theo Waff in the building. Yo, thanks for dropping by last night, man. It was an epic stream, man. That's the most support I've ever got on a Sunday stream. And I've been streaming for about 2 years now. And I think it's crazy how time flies. Theo Waff in the building, the sensei. He said, "F all them Dems." I couldn't agree with you more, sir. Could not agree with you more.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
All right, bet. Let's load up this next segment. This is Black Democrats abandon the black community to support immigrants. What I like that I found all these black men making political content is I got to do less clip farming for news because it's all part of the segment and I get to do the commentary. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. Let me load up the next segment. You guys take this for a second. All right, and we are back. All right, let's go. Let's load up this segment. This is actually a pretty good one because I was actually going to clip some of these clips from MSNBC and a few other things, but I got a twofer with this one. All right, let's go.
That is why Kilmar Abrego Garcia's specific case, the case of the gentleman who's a makeup artist out of California who was also sent to that prison. That is why the 75% of the folks who have been sent, the men who have been sent there that don't have criminal records, that is why this is so important. Because if they could do it to them, if they could snatch students off the street without any pushback or recourse, they will do it to any of us. And to be very clear, it's going to be the people of color and vulnerable communities
that is fear mongering. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. So these are black Democrats. This is fear. This is a fear mongering Democratic talking point. And once again, I'm seeing everyday people on social media pushing back on it. 14th Amendment is for American black people. You are a United States citizen. You're not getting snatched up out of nowhere. It's in the 14th Amendment. 14th Amendment, right after the Civil War. So that's what I'm saying. You got these black Democrats put in these positions. The newscasters, they're complete and utter traitors, and they're fear mongering to their own people. This is a lie, and they're trying to get you to get behind this. You're not Haitian. You're not. You know what I'm saying? You're not undocumented. You got to. State Department will issue you a blue passport.
I think that's right, and that's certainly part of why the African American community is so strongly behind the supporting Killmonger.
Yeah, we're like, we are not for.
No, we are not. That is also false. That's why we do a behind the numbers. We did a by the numbers segment last week with Rasmussen polling, and we did the crosstabs. African American community is not largely behind Ilma Komar and protesting out in the streets for these against ICE. We are not. There's strong support for ICE. All you got to do is check social media. These are blatant lies.
Yeah, because as you just said, if they're going to whisk them away, what are they going to do with us?
I don't know if y'all saw the recent Supreme Court ruling. I'm sorry, I'm trying to cry. But they sided with the Trump administration. This
is another social media influencer, and she's either whatchamacallit. And this is a social engineered post with all the fake crying. Bro, it's a full court press. No News said, I've had other YouTube channels for 12 or more years and never got that kind of support. Oh, okay. Y'all go watch that stream if you haven't. The work done here is of the most importance. Thank you, sir. Let me see. What do you got? He said they always got some. Exactly. They always got some bald feminist black woman pushing agendas. Exactly. And I saw this on TikTok actually earlier, and I'm glad people are actually making videos about this. But look how they got this Keisha on here pushing this propaganda, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's the Keishas and the Backdorias with the liberal white women.
On nationwide injunctions, which was preventing birthright citizenship, which was preventing Trump's birthright citizenship executive order from going in effect. And so essentially it's a 30-day pause before whatever guidance they put out will go in effect, which essentially means that you can't do a nationwide injunction to curtail some of his executive orders, which essentially means that it puts 250,000 children. It puts 250,000 children in limbo.
We damn sure done got no Keisha crying about children with they 20 million and counting abortions. I know they ain't on line crying about children. Shit.
And we know that they don't want to stop there. They've already been trying to position to put U.S. citizens in jail, which we know.
Yo,
oh, how did that?
We got Saul in the building. Yo, what up, Playboy? Well, I'm just up here doing the news. You know, fuck it, we do it live. You know what I'm saying? Just up here doing the news. Hold on, where my joint at? I'm just up here doing it live, man. Yo, salty balls in the building.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Will be black and brown people. And Supreme Court basically said that they can rewrite the Constitution unilaterally. So it seems the only way to protect yourself or your child, and like, I'm trying not to cry, but as a mom.
Bro, this is a socially engineered post, bro. As a mom, all the talking points, the children, and she's also fake crying. And she's reading off of like a teleprompter app so she can remember the friggin' talking points that they paid her for. Bro, They not going to win this time, man. We so good at like tearing this nonsense apart. And like I said, with what I'm seeing on social media when I be clip farming, it's the brothers. You seen the first segment I played. Everyday brothers out there speaking solid policy. Look at the everyday brothers that they was playing on that first segment. How logical and well thought out their argument was, like my man from DC saying Bammers and all that, compared to DL Hughley crashing out like a rejected Keisha.
It's hard to imagine you not knowing if your child is safe. Citizenship is like the bedrock of the Constitution. If you're born on the land of the United States of America, you're a citizen.
They're gonna put you all back in chains.
All right, black media figures and black politicians are lining up now, as I predicted, to pervert the 14th Amendment and use it for something it was never intended for. The 14th Amendment, as Trump has said, that was intended for black people, for slaves.
Leftists are losing what's left of their minds over the Supreme Court rulings, of course, especially the Attorney General in the state of New York, Letitia James, a rabid opponent of President Trump, who thinks that she's above the law, naturally. Listen, James reacting to the news of the writing is what we're all waiting for. I think this is not over. The issue of birthright citizenship was not decided today. SCOTUS remanded to the lower court the authority of federal judges to issue nationwide injunctions. A state attorney general.
I want y'all to put this in perspective. You got a black attorney AG in New York. Another Keisha, another big back Keisha, lashing out at the Supreme Court, angry and willing to throw her career away and fight for non-citizens. Man, we got so many black American men in prison under false charges. We got districts going to hell. Young black boys reading at a 4th grade level. Keisha's got the highest rate of herpes, HIV, highest abortion rate, highest eviction rate. And you got these big back Keishas out here in positions of power, throwing all their weight, ready to go to jail, throw their careers away for illegal immigrants. And y'all are wondering and trying to figure out why the community is a fucking dumpster fire. Yo, shout out to the black men. Like I said, Pareto distribution. And I think we already reached our critical mass past the 20%. Collateral damage, man. Vote your interest, gentlemen, and let the rest of this shit burn.
General, who respects the Constitution, is now more important than ever. No, Tish, it is over. The Supreme Court ruled. The highest court ruled today, but in President Trump's favor. But pay no attention to that.
All right, let's do a quick history lesson. Dred Scott versus Sanford. This was a Supreme Court decision way back in 1857. Now, that court, led by, at the time, Justice Taney, Chief Justice Taney, ruled that blacks could not be U.S. citizens even if they were born in the United States of America. All right, we can debate the merits of the ruling, fine, but that's not what we're here to do today. What we're here to concentrate on is what overturned that. It was a piece of legislation. It was actually a constitutional amendment, the 14th Amendment in 18...
Yo, that's his banner on the screen. Soldiers of Finance. Another black content creator. He's 20,000 subscribers. Yo, there's tons of black brothers out here making good political, like thoughtful, well thought out content. And this gentleman's take is always spot on. Articulate, well thought out, good logical arguments and receipts that you can pull and check for yourself. Let's go.
1866, the Republican-led Congress passed the 14th Amendment. And this overturned the Dred Scott decision and granted citizenship rights to formerly enslaved blacks and their children. So the 14th Amendment was designed to do what? It was designed to overturn Dred Scott, which did what? Specifically said that blacks could not be citizens of the United States of America. The 14th.
And on some, bro, this is why social studies and civics in middle school and high school is important. Because we did Dred Scott in middle school and high school. 14th, that's what I'm saying. The educational, they busy doing drag queen reading hour and stuff in school now. Like, this is basic social studies. We learned this in middle school and freshman, sophomore year high school. Dred Scott decision.
14th Amendment was never designed to apply to the other 8 billion people on planet Earth. No, it's not some license to allow you to come in here, pop out a kid, and then play this legal merry-go-round game for the next 30 years. Oh, you can't separate me from my child. No, we don't want to do that at all. So why don't you go back to your home country with your child? And if you want to immigrate to the United States of America, do it legally. Because we allow over 1 million people annually to come into this country, and they're naturalized. They go through the legal process every year, over 1 million people. All right. We don't have an immigration problem. But now we see Black Democrats are going to try to ignore this history. And Black Democrats are weird. They're super weird because they're participating in the destruction of Black liberal political power. Look at what just happened in New York. Zohran Mamdani, he is the Democrat nominee for mayor there. And it looks like the man's got a good shot, okay, to win in the general election.
Yo, shout out Kwame. No, you got the right one. That's my Cash App on the screen. Yo, shout out to Kwame Kaiju. I know he said he was at work. He listening from the clouds, but he's still supporting the stream with a $10 Cash App, man. Yo, this one's for you, Playboy.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
And how about some Q?
Riker, my good fortune is your good fortune.
I don't need your fantasy women.
Oh, you're so stolid. You weren't like that before the beard. Very well.
For all my Star Trek fans out there. Yo, appreciate you, Kwam. Yeah, that's me. Let's rock.
And guess what? He got that nomination without overwhelming Black support. Okay, so what does that tell you? I tell you what it tells the Democrat Party. It tells the Democrats, look, don't sweat it. It's not like we need Black people anymore. We've got enough.
Yo, he's spot on. That's why I said Black men, this move by Black men vote in their own interests. We are ahead of the curve. Keisha is becoming obsolete. What did they vote? Like close to 90% for Kamala, and she still lost? What does that tell them from the numbers? Keisha can't help them get the job done. You understand what I'm saying? and that's their power base. And with Trump done went to work. He ain't only 200 days in, and he done cut all of them benefits, all the entitlements, all the DEI, all the EBT, all the Section 8. Man, it's gonna be a rough 3 years for Keisha, bro.
You know, ethnicities and little groups that we've created, LGBTQ, which I have an issue with because it's like lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders. They're not monolithic, right? But the Democrat Party looks at like people of color, POC. That's another one, right? So they lump everybody. If you got brown skin, you're in POC. But Hispanics have issues that are different from blacks, and blacks have different issues than Asians. But from the standpoint of the Democrats, it's monolithic when it isn't. So blacks are saying, fine, we'll jump on board with this black-brown coalition. You've never heard any other groups use that, right? Here in Baltimore City, when the Asian Business League, Korean Business League goes down to, advocate on behalf of their issues, they're not talking about no black-brown coalition, all right? They're talking about Korean issues, which is just fine with me, right? We're the only people, black people, we're the only black Democrats. Black Democrats are the only ones that play that game. Now, I'm going to tell you why they do it. Because the way the black political structure is set up, we've got figureheads. Figureheads like Jesse Jackson. Yeah, he's still out there. He's in a wheelchair, but he's still doing his grift, okay? The grift continues, even from the wheelchair. Of course, you got the bobbleheaded Al Sharpton, okay? Notice I didn't call either of them reverends because there's nothing about them that should be revered. You got...
Yo, what up, Storm? We in here. Yo, once again, Storm, man. Thanks for last night, the super chats, man. I was saying earlier when I went on, man, that's the biggest support on the stream that I've ever received since we've been streaming like 1.5 years, almost 2 years on YouTube, man. That shit really meant a lot. Yeah, we in here. Shit, I was gonna push it off to tomorrow. I'm gonna finish this segment up, but Rasmussen ain't put out anything new for me to work with in the last 72 hours. But I mean, if you want, I did find something to mess around with a by the numbers segment. Yeah, it's all up in here. No, but I got a little frog in my throat, bro. I had to step away for a minute, man. Theo with the $2 super chat. Yo, this one for you. That's for you, Storm. He said, "At Quiet Storm, F all these Kubernetes."
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
All right, bet. Hold on, let's do this.
So you think you got what it takes?
I'll tell you what I got. Your wife's pussy on my breath.
Nobody's ever talked to me like that before.
That's because everyone's mouth is usually full of your wife's box.
You're hired.
Shit.
So you think you got what it...
Quiet Storm said, Theo, that was painful. I knew I was screwed when I saw a local state file. Y'all funny. Wow. Theo with another $2 super chat. He said, Quiet Storm, F the Terraform state file. Yo. Yeah, I know Theo torturing y'all, man.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy
All right, if anybody watching the replay of last night's show, the entire half of the entire half of the back end of the show is basically like Devato singing for like the last 45 minutes. And since Gail at night was actually first in the chat tonight, just for you, if you cloud watch.
Hey, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. I don't wanna know your name, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. Get the fuck on, ain't no shame. I'm here to fuck. 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 Watch this bridge, y'all. I'm here to fuck.
Speaking of the devil, you just popped up, huh, when your theme song came on, huh, Gail? You funny? Oh, Quiet Storm with the $2 super chat. He said that Theo, F the SS 3 buckets too. Yo, that's funny. I was actually practicing setting up S3 buckets in Terraform all this afternoon, just practicing my coding. Yo, what are the odds?
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
Yo, did I see Gail? Gail with the $2 super chat. She want to rewind. Let's go. This is Gail theme song, y'all.
Hey, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. I don't wanna know your name, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. Get the fuck on, ain't no shame. I'm here to fuck. 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 Watch this bridge, y'all. I'm here to fuck.
All right, bet. All right, we at the 1 hour, 9 minute mark. We actually made pretty good time. Storm, if you're going to hang out, man, I'll do it by the numbers section. I actually found something decent too. They're doing projected based on current polling numbers. They're doing a projected 2028 election results. JD Vance versus Gavin Newsom, and spoiler JD Vance wins. But they break it down by the numbers. That's how I was going to save that for. That's actually a pretty good by the numbers segment. Let's I got a little bit more about. Let's a little bit more of this run. My man, Soldiers of Finance, is cooking. Once again, the links to all the source files for tonight's news desk, I'll update the description box after I end the stream and add the thumbnail and everything.
Jamal Bryant, they're bringing him up. They're bringing up Jasmine Crockett. So you've got these figureheads in the black community that are fine with just towing the line, even if that means diminishing the political power of urban liberal blacks, okay? Because urban liberal blacks they want to have a closer relationship with government than we should want, right? Government, when they come knocking and promising you a whole lot and handing out largesse, there's a price to pay for that. That dependency typically robs you of your future, all right? If government is doing everything for you, look, we've got people on welfare that have been there generationally. That's not good. And yes, I know white people are the majority of welfare recipients. Yes, I know that. But that's not what we're talking about right now. These issues hit Appalachia and the Ozarks just as hard as they hit Baltimore City and places like it. So now you saw Simone Sanders on MSNBC, Letitia James is.
Yo, I like this guy. I was saying this to Saul, and I've said it over the air. We might be the last like big generation of like black kids that went to school, and there were actually like a handful of black male teachers. And I was saying to Saul, like, you know, the male teachers or the men that we remember, like, it wasn't all of this like the white man is. It was like, it was straight talk. And he reminds me of like my history teacher from middle school, Mr. Sperling. But yeah, just like he be saying, like, he was like, yo, I know all this, but like, shoot it down the line. Let's just talk. And that's why so many of us from like the latter part of Gen X were so sharp and astute, is because people talk to us straight, even when it was about politics, and it was rational, clear line thinking, and you weren't allowed to really feel, you know, sorry for yourself and stuff. I like this guy's take on things because he knows the political. He can make the political argument, and then he speaks down in a language you can understand, and it's almost like, you know, he's talking like in the barbershop, because actually this is how we used to talk in the barbershops too.
Out there, she's going to start fighting legal battles on behalf of this, which the Supreme Court has spoken, James. Now, Letitia James, I know you don't respect the law, all right, unless you're using it, like you say, as a sword and a shield to fight your little, you know, personal battles. But apparently Letitia James does not believe the law applies to her. So the fact that the Supreme Court has ruled may not, you know, be an impediment to her at all. Now, we don't know if birthright citizenship is going to be quashed, all right? We don't know how this is going to look 30 days from now, but the principle of the matter is clear. This country did not arrive at this point using the 14th Amendment. So that's the point that I want to make abundantly clear, okay? Black people on the left they're always calling black conservatives all of these names, but at the same time, the actual behavior from black people on the left is reminiscent of those blacks that actually cooperated with the white slave masters and advanced their agenda.
Bingo. He said the quiet part out loud. Bingo. That's what we said. It's gaslighting. They the ones, the real coons. Yo, they are literally fighting for the party of the Klan, the Dixiecrats. Well played.
Because that's what's happening now. Again, Zohran Mamdani, he didn't need blacks to win, all right? And Democrats are taking a lesson from this and saying, you know what, we don't need them no more. So let's just use their figureheads to further entrench ourselves among all of these other groups that we've convinced that, you know, your top issue is not the economy, for example. So everybody, I don't care what your ethnicity is, I don't care what your religion is, I don't care who you're sleeping with, the economy.
Yo, no, Mr. No News with the $10 Cash App. It says super chat. Super chat is broken. F all you hoes, you got it. Hey man, I ain't even mad at you. I prefer Cash App anyway. You know what I'm saying? Put your message in there. Yo, this one for No News.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Man, fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Man, fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Man, fuck all you.
My nigga.
Yo, and I know y'all like all these AI news clips I got edited up and everything. That's all courtesy of No News, man. He been putting me down for like the past couple weeks, sending me stuff to edit up, man. Speaking of which, I'll play a couple of the new ones when I make the transition to the next segment, man. Thanks, Storm. No, yeah, thanks for dropping my Cash App in the chat. Quiet Storm, official channel moderator. In case you guys didn't know, Quiet Storm, the official channel moderator. Oh, Kwame Kajo in the building with a $5 super chat. He said, "Yo, machismo, can I get my Naga Cuba grin? Hashtag Star Trek ting. This is Star Trek. Yo. Well, on that one, yo, you got Saul to thank for that drop. I told you, Saul be a savant with the drops to know what's coming. Oh. And you know what, Kwame? You are the first official Q request. Because Vato then became the official super chat drop. And that's by popular demand. But here, you are inaugurating the first Q super chat drop. Let's go.
Riker, my good fortune is your good fortune.
I don't need your fantasy women.
Oh, you're so stolid. You weren't like that before the beard. Very well.
All right, perfect. All right, we're gonna roll tonight. We're at the 1 hour, 18-minute right. Oh, you are quite welcome, sir. Gail said, "Quiet Storm up there." Yeah, Quam, you are the first yeah, so Kwame said appreciation. Yeah, you're the first official making Q a super chat drop. Hell yeah, let's go. All right, man. Looks like we picking up some mojo on this channel, man. I like it. And once again, Quiet Storm in the building. You got him to thank for these Monday through Friday News Desk episodes. Once again, shout out to Soldiers of Finance. I'll have the link in the updated description box after the stream's off. But he's doing a brilliant news analysis of Trump's new win with the lower district judges regarding birthright citizenship, the 14th and the application of the 14th Amendment, and addressing the gaslighting argument being made by the left, these black Democrats in particular, by basically trying to let every other ethnicity in the country come in and piggyback on the 14th Amendment that was earned with our blood in the Civil War, and use us as a utility to usurp our resources here in this country. That's borderline treasonous.
That's an issue that is common to us all. Defense and foreign policy as it relates to our adversaries, that's something that affects us all, because if some rogue nation decides death to the United States of America, they're not distinguishing between Democrats and Republicans, liberals or conservatives. They're just sending their munitions over here to wreak destruction. So just watch out for these cooperators. Identify them when you see them. Any black news pundit or politician that is advancing the notion that the 14th Amendment did not apply, with the intent of the 14th Amendment somehow, way back in 1866, was meant to apply to every other citizen around the world of every other country, just keep your eye on those people, because they are selling out this country. But they certainly cannot make the argument that they speak for black people if they're doing something that's absolutely antithetical to black political power. All right? Absolutely not. And yes, there should be some black political power in that we should be fighting hard for school choice, for example, to get kids into better educational situations, to make the public school system more competitive. If you've got a kid that's got a voucher, an inner city child has got a voucher to go off to a better school, okay, then that.
Spot on, but these black Democrats are in bed with the student teachers union, getting and then this is the point that we were making before. That is true, and that being the case, but one of the biggest reasons why the black men being so engaged in this last election cycle with regard to Trump and just talking and all of the conversations that led up to that with us talking policy is because, granted, Congressional Black Caucus, all these people in power, they are not serving your interests. But on the flip end of that, you have an uninformed voter base that voted these fuckers in. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is phase one of us having the proper conversation and saying, oh no, you don't get in office, you don't get no more big back Keishas, no more big back unmarried Keishas in office making decisions for us. You know what I'm saying? No more low testosterone Negroes, Democrat Negroes in office making decisions for us. You understand what I'm saying? We going it's a shift in the power structure. Oh, Quiet Storm with a $2 super chat. He said, "Yo, Machismo, let me get that Keisha, the Keisha Ultima, yeah, the Ultima Squad. You got it. Here you go."
On Keisha, this connection is like trash. Fuck out my way, bitch. Oops. Keisha, you still there? I deadass think I hit a pothole. Oh my gosh. Well, that was already, like, that dent though. Oh my God. Did you not see me coming out of the building? I literally had the right of way. Dead ass. Literally not my problem.
Yo, and I'll play the when they send the team to Iraq too. Yeah, you want the Keisha and Iran? Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. Rob. We got like 3 minutes left for this segment. I'm gonna pull that up while I make the transition. Hell yeah, let's go. All right, good. We off to a good night. We at the 1 hour 25 minute mark. Man, y'all easily got me pulling 2 hour sessions on these news clips, Jones. These Jones were supposed to be like 60 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. All right, man. We got an active house. Let's do it. All right, let's let this run out. We'll play Keisha in Iran, the Nissan Altima team in Iran, and we'll do a quick by the numbers segment.
Shithole, hellhole school that they may be zoned for, all right, then they should be allowed to get up and go to that better school. And when those funds leave that city public school system with that student, that happens enough, then maybe we'll see the system change. And yes, I understand parental involvement has a ton to do with it as well. But still, maybe we will see something change if we were to get school choice. Now, some would say, well, school choice is going to also benefit, white people. So what? Fine. If I get a benefit, I can't enjoy it. If someone else gets it as well, that's just asinine thinking right there. So yeah, I'm fine with the kids in the Appalachians and the Ozarks getting it too, if they need it. All right. I don't have a problem with that at all. But these are the issues. Education is the number one issue that Blacks should be fighting for. You should not have Black pundits and politicians out there advocating on behalf of people who are not even citizens. Come on now.
Yo, my man's commentary be spot on. Very well argued. You're going to be seeing a lot of him on these news desk joints. 'Cause he covers the news well. And like I said, I like his analysis on things. And I actually like that I get to cover a bunch of other black content creators covering politics from a common sense standpoint, not a left or right ideologue. It's more so, hey, this is a common sense analysis of the situation, and this is my take on it. I like that. Let's load up a couple. Let's load up your our Keisha, Ultima, and Iran, and I'll play a couple more AI news clips, and then we'll do a quick piece of by the numbers. This by the numbers segment is based on the most recent polling data, and they're doing projections because we talked about it. So let's do a spoiler. And this is a hypothetical, or at least a forecasted projection, 2028 run with J.D. Vance versus Gavin Newsom. All right. So let's boom.
The United States has officially deployed its most reckless and unpredictable unit to the Middle East, the Ultima Team.
Girl, I'm lost. Keisha, guess where I am? Girl, they sent me to Iran. Who's gonna fill in? Girl, that. They got some good ass food here though. Did you not see me? Dead ass! Move! I don't even care for real. Bitch!
Thanks, Chris. Known for their unmatched ability to cause complete havoc in school zones, Walmart parking lots, and Taco Bell drive-thrus.
Y'all lucky I ain't bring Keisha.
The Pentagon has confirmed these drivers were selected based on three things: unpaid registration, loud exhaust, and vibes. God help us all.
Take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing you can do.
Unc, what's one thing life taught you the hard way?
Well, anybody can switch up on y'all, sometimes for no reason at all. Even after everything you've done for them, they'll sit there and watch you drown.
Yeah. Unc, what's one thing life taught you?
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. Might as well save that energy, because you're most likely going to fuck up again in the future.
Oh, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say. It's the first of the month, so I'm just going to get all my hot takes out. I don't give a what happens to any black man on this app, including being in the neck by a white man who has still not been arrested. I don't care, because these are the same men that said that they're not going to vote for a black woman unless they get child support forgiveness. We need to understand that black men ask for people to not take their lives seriously, to not care if someone unjust them or uses like excessive force on them. They told us that they don't give about none of that. All they care about is child support forgiveness. So I don't give a if there's a story of a black man from a tree or anything else at this point. I don't care anymore. I care about what's happening to black women, but not black men. Because again, these are the same men that said they don't give anything else but child support forgiveness. Oh, and this
story. BNN weather reporter and local hoe Krakisha McRib thinks she too good for me. The part-time weather reporter and full-time community mattress was begging me to come through and lay this pipe last Friday, but now she want to act like she don't know me. She ain't ever had a problem asking me to pay for her food, but when it come time to show me what that mouth do, the hoe proudly lied, I ain't that kind of girl. So we just gonna act like you ain't already popping Plan Bs like they a daily vitamin. Oh, please. The dry cleaners won't even take your business anymore. They all tired of cleaning up baby batter stains off your clothes. Don't ever ask me to DoorDash you no crab legs again. You ain't never gonna feel these biggity black balls snocking all up on that tuna fish hot pocket garage door. And she wanna walk around here like we strangers now? Here's a forecast for any men thinking they're about to get some neck work from this hoe. Expect a 100% chance of STDs. Don't be texting me next week saying, I miss you, Chocolate Thunder, come and get this deep dish. I ain't no hot and ready midnight snack hoe. You just missed the free shrimp. And now here's Krakisha McRib with the weather.
All right, bet we are back. All right, this is about a numbers segment. And this is I actually found this. This is election predictions official. I didn't even know they had a channel, but this one is the 2028 presidential election map based on the latest polls. And I'm gonna play some of the beginning, and then I'm gonna jump toward the end for the no news. Yeah, I got the Google AI access email. I definitely did. I'm gonna set up the email, and I'm gonna try and get access to those free credits so we can generate some of our own AI videos. So yeah, we're gonna play. Like I said, this is the non-sexy segment. We're gonna nerd out on some numbers. But let's see so we can see how the sausage is made. So this is based on the latest polling numbers, and these are polling. These are polling and yeah, that's what's up. Forecast predictions based on the scenario 2028 primary, past the primary. If it is Gavin Newsom versus J.D. Vance, and by all measures, it's looking like it's either going to be J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio as the next Republican presidential candidate. All right, so let's get. Let me see. Turn up my volume. What we got? All right. Let's go.
Election matchup: Vice President J.D. Vance versus California Governor Gavin Newsom. And when I say most likely, I'm referring to the prediction market odds, which currently give Vance a 42% chance of securing the Republican nomination and Newsom a 14% shot on the Democratic side. That tells us two things. First, that Vance is clearly the GOP frontrunner, and second, that the
Oh yeah, for market odds, I can review Cashy too. For the Trump election, I put money in Cashy on Trump, and I won some money. So Cashy, you could pretty much bet on anything. It's a odds market. You can bet on anything, but they have a whole political section, like who's going to win in the midterms. You can bet. You can put money on. And like you see, some of them are 4 cents, 97 cents on who's going to win Senate races and stuff like that. So we could do a whole Cashy section, go through the political segment, go through the political section. Yeah, Kamala 4%. Yeah, exactly. And we can look at the odds on who's supposed to occur. Like this is and believe it or not, with the if you were watching the Kashi market during the Trump Kamala election, all of the money was on Trump. So yeah, we could do a by the numbers section where we just go through the odds markets and we just look at the political section, like because they have it broken down by Senate races, everything. You could bet on all things political on Cash. It's pretty awesome.
Democratic field remains wide open, with no contender even cracking a 1 in 10 chance. Still, let's start with the foundational states Democrats are expected to carry regardless of who ultimately wins the nomination. The so-called Pacific Coast Blue Wall, Washington, Oregon, Newsom's home state of California, and Hawaii will almost certainly stay in Democratic hands. Alongside those, you can add Colorado, Illinois, and much of the Northeast, including Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, Delaware, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Maine's 1st congressional district. With the exception of Colorado, all of these states have voted Democratic in each of the last 9 presidential elections. Colorado, meanwhile, has moved further to the left than almost any other state since the dawn of the Trump era. Back in 2016, Hillary Clinton carried it by 5 points. In 2024, Kamala Harris won it by 11. Republicans, meanwhile, are almost certain to hold Alaska, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, North and South Dakota, Nebraska's statewide vote, plus its 3rd congressional district, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and nearly the entirety of the Deep South, excluding the battlegrounds of Georgia and North Carolina. In the Midwest, Iowa, Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, Vance's home state of Ohio, and West Virginia are also solidly red, with the exceptions of Ohio, Indiana, and Iowa, and then, of course, Florida. These states have all gone Republican in 7 consecutive presidential races. Florida, Iowa, and Ohio were battlegrounds as recently as 2016, but have since shifted decisively toward Republicans, especially Florida, which has moved further right than any other state in the country.
The screen changed. But so far, based on what they had Vance up, I think 200 something electoral votes. Let me let it play a little bit more.
Country throughout the Trump era. Altogether, these solid red states provide Vice President Vance.
There you go. So right now, based on that, Vance is at 217 electoral votes, and Gavin Newsom is at 177 electoral votes.
With a strong foundation of 217 electoral votes in the race to 270. Governor Newsom, on the other hand, starts with a smaller base of 177. When assessing each candidate's strengths and vulnerabilities, the prevailing narrative around J.D. Vance is that he's a sharp messenger and a strong orator looking to carry the Trump agenda into a new generation. I'd rate him as a slightly above average general election candidate, though there's always the risk that he fails to replicate Trump's unique appeal. His odd demeanor and personality could also turn off swing voters who aren't already aligned with the Republican base. Gavin Newsom is also widely viewed as one of the most effective communicators in the Democratic Party. His challenge will be whether he can credibly defend his leadership in California, which continues to suffer from poor national perception, and whether he can overcome perceptions of slickness and elitism that have dogged.
Yeah, fact squad to him. Let's get those battleground states. I'm actually hoping also, if they don't, like I said, do something to stop the whole world before Trump leaves office, that Trump will be able to pull more undecideds and like independents and swing voters more the Republican side. And I honestly think Vance is going to do a good showing if he actually does run. We got a taste of that leading up to November during the Trump Kamala election, and he's comported himself well in the media, and then also with foreign policy, Trump giving him a platform with foreign policy, and pretty much everywhere he shows up good on camera. He's and like I said, man, the guy's a killer, man. He's a shark.
His personal image. And now, with those starting positions established, we turn to the early battlegrounds of the 2028 cycle.
There you go, Storm.
This group includes Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New Hampshire, the statewide vote in Maine, as well as the 2nd congressional district.
Oh, you know what? I want to see if they give these numbers give us Pennsylvania again, because we just flipped Pennsylvania this last. I'm from Pennsylvania. This last Trump election, I want to see if we stay with Pennsylvania.
District in Maine and in Nebraska, along with its first, and of course, the pivotal Rust Belt trio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Altogether, these 13 states and districts account for 144 electoral votes, the decisive tranche that will ultimately determine who wins the presidency. Now, you could certainly make a case for expanding this list to include Texas or even Ohio. Joe Biden came within 6 points of flipping Texas as recently as 2020. While the state swung sharply back toward Republicans in 2024, Democrats remained competitive down ballot. Each of the last 3 U.S. Senate races there were decided by single digits. That suggests the state is not entirely out of reach, particularly in the right political climate or with the right candidate. Ohio tells a similar story. Yes, it's moved right in recent cycles, but prior to 2024, the previous 8 presidential contests in the Buckeye State were all decided by less than 10 points. 4 of the last 5 Senate races there were tight as well, so while Ohio may appear solid red on the surface, its underlying competitiveness remains, and with the right national wins, it could absolutely return to battleground status. At the same time, a few traditional Democratic strongholds.
Yeah, Storm, this is pretty good stuff, right? I mean, at this point, the Biden numbers section is just for me, you, and Kwame. It's for me, you, and Kwame. But I like this because it shows you, you get to see behind like all the political projections and stuff, and you get to understand how people are crunching numbers. And then also, when you hear certain things on the news, you'll be able to be like, oh, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want to see if that's 19 electoral votes in Pennsylvania. I want to see if these the recent polling numbers have Pennsylvania leaning red again.
Holds are trending in the opposite direction. Illinois and New York, long considered blue bedrocks, have both shifted noticeably to the right in recent years. While they remain solidly Democratic for now, it's not far-fetched to imagine them drifting into lean blue territory within the next decade, much like New Jersey already has. Take Illinois, for example. Biden carried the state by 17 points in 2020, but that margin shrank to 11 points for Kamala Harris in 2024, a swing of 6 points. New York saw an even more dramatic shift from Biden's 23-point win in 2020 to just a 12.5 margin for Harris in 2024. In fact, New York had the largest swing of any state between those 2 elections. So what's driving these shifts? It primarily comes down to Trump's unexpected gains among minority voters, particularly in and around the cities of New York City.
Bingo. This is what we be talking about. All these shifts are because of Trump's gains with quote-unquote minority voters
in Chicago.
I want to see. All right, this is what I want to see. I want to see if he breaks it down by ethnicity and by gender.
Add to that poor Democratic turnout, and it makes sense why the margin shrank. Still, despite these clear trends, both New York and Illinois remain strongly Democratic for now. The pace of change is simply not fast enough to put them in play for Vance or whoever Republicans nominate come 2028. Nevertheless, let's focus on these 13 states now, starting with those that are likely to go to one candidate, loosely defined as those where one party holds a clear advantage, but where an upset is possible. For Newsom, 3 of the most likely holds in 2028 are Maine's statewide vote, Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, and then Minnesota, which, perhaps surprisingly, holds the longest active Democratic winning streak in presidential elections at 13. I say surprisingly, given how competitive Minnesota often is. 6 of the last 7 presidential races there have been decided by single digits. The closest Republicans came to breaking through was in 2016, when Donald Trump finished just 1.5 points behind Hillary Clinton. Since then, Democrats have held their ground. Joe Biden carried the state by 7 points in 2020, and Kamala Harris held it by 4 in 2024. So while Minnesota consistently produces tight margins, the underlying lean remains Democratic. In fact, the state saw one of the smallest GOP shifts in the country between 2020 and 2024.
All right, perfect. We're on the battleground states. Let's do a spoiler and jump ahead. We can see close to the final electoral college vote. Let's see. Let's move ahead just a bit.
Retain the upper hand in both Nevada and Arizona.
Okay, they got Pennsylvania looking pinkish. All right, so right now we got J.D. Vance at 255, Gavin Newsom at 226, and a toss-up 25 additional votes. Let's go.
While Kamala Harris generally performed better in battleground states than elsewhere, these two were exceptions. Both states shifted about 5.5 points toward Trump between 2020 and 2024. That was the sharpest movement among the closely contested states. Unless Democrats decide to nominate someone with unique regional appeal, like Arizona Senators Mark Kelly or Ruben Gallego, they'll enter 2028 as underdogs in these key Southwest battlegrounds, regardless of the economic environment. That brings us to the southeastern battlegrounds, Georgia and North Carolina. While both states backed Donald Trump in 2024 by margins of 2 points in Georgia and 3 in North Carolina, they nonetheless continued to trend left relative to the national vote. In 2020, Georgia voted 4.3 points to the right of Joe Biden's national popular vote margin of 4.5 points. North Carolina was even further right, nearly 6 points redder than the country overall. But in 2024, those gaps narrowed significantly. Georgia voted less than a full point to the right of the national average, and North Carolina by less than 2. That relative shift is part of a longer-term trajectory, fueled by gradual but meaningful demographic change. Both states are seeing steady growth in large, diverse urban areas, Atlanta, Charlotte, the Research Triangle, as well as an influx of college-educated transplants from traditionally Democratic strongholds in the Northeast and West Coast. These trends haven't yet flipped North Carolina blue, but they're clearly making both states more competitive with each cycle.
That's how the Democrats been doing it, relocating their people to Texas and places like that, trying to turn states blue. Hold on, let's jump a little bit ahead. Where we at?
Much uncertainty when it comes to the economy, the candidates, and all the unpredictable events that will inevitably happen over the next 3 years. Honestly, I wouldn't give either party better than a 50-50 shot at the presidency right now. But as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
All right, well, final count, we got J.D. Vance at 271, Gavin Newsom at 226. I'm going to put the source videos... like I said, in the description box, the videos I reviewed tonight, and then like a couple I didn't get to. After the stream's over, I'll upload the thumbnail and do my SEO on the back end. No News says Democrats better not put anyone up with foreign sounding name, but yo, you know that's what they're doing now, and that's another thing. Like we got to stop. You got to stop voting in all these people, like the Ilhan Omars and all that. All of their agendas are antithetical to the interests of Americans in general. Like they shouldn't even be being elected into office and shit like that. No News said Roland Martin did a stream talking about this and how the previous election was stolen. No, yeah, their party was just soundly rebuffed by the general American public. All right, guys, we are at the 1 hour 52 minute mark. That was the by the numbers segment. Like I said, not sexy, but that's for Quiet Storm and Kwame Kaiju. Very good show this evening. Like we're almost at the 2 hour mark. I didn't expect to go this long. I'll be back again tomorrow night. I'm going to try, like I said, I'm trying to get in trying to get this on a steady somewhere between like 9 and 10 o'clock. So hopefully I'll be able to keep closer to that. I think I went on at like 10:30 tonight. Man, thank you guys for showing up for another week. I'm actually starting to enjoy doing these news segments. It's pretty exciting stuff. Because whether or not I'd be streaming this or not, I'd be looking at this stuff during the week anyway, getting ready for the Sunday show and clipping up stuff for long form content. On that note, man, I want to thank you guys all for supporting the stream via Super Chats and the Cash Apps. And thank you guys for requesting new Cash App drops. Like I said, I think that's the first request for Q and Quiet Storm with the Nissan Altima, Keisha Altima Brigade clip. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, man. It's the MTV News Desk. Like I said, we're trying to make this a Monday through Friday. Kwame said, how are you feeling, Machis, man? I feel, after last night, man, like it was surreal. If y'all were there, y'all know I had to step away from the mic for a minute. I was like a little choked up by all the support, man. Well, I really appreciate it, man. Like we be working hard over here, trying to make unique content and good content, and you know, we real mission driven over here, man. So, no, we really appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, it was overwhelming, man. I was touched last night. You know, you be working real hard, man. It's nice to see that people appreciate it, you know. Well, like I said, man, once again, I will see you guys tomorrow. I want to thank you all for your support in the streams. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Gail. Yo, Gail was part of the festivities last night. It was wild. Like I said, if you listen, if you watch, yeah, that's why I stepped off and was like, Saul, you want to take this? Yeah, Saul said it best last night. Yeah. Yeah, if you watch less and rewatch, do replay gang of last night's stream, yeah, the whole half of the show is just Vato drops. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Shout out to Hoop Jarga too, because he set off the madness. He set off he was the instigator, and then like everybody kept up in the ante. And Tevin King, Seventh King, please have more shitty days at work on a Sunday because you was motivated, got the ball going. I'm actually going to probably have to put a post on the community tab thanking everybody, man. Like I said, it was overwhelming. We at the 1 hour 56 minute mark. It is 1:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you guys tomorrow. Like I always say about this time, I want to say good night and good luck.
Panel. This country needs stronger border security. Our border security is the strongest in the world.
What we need is to take care of our children.
I can't get an erection. You think giving them amnesty is fair to the people who are already here? They're contributing to the economy. I've tried all the herbs. Amnesty is never the answer. It's not amnesty. It's recognizing their contributions to our country. They said to meditate, but I keep falling asleep. We need stronger vetting.
And to enforce the laws already on the books.
I'm terrified of being alone with my wife. It's too much pressure. Well, nothing's ever going to change if Congress isn't willing to compromise. Exactly my point.
A wall would solve this.
I wake up with an erection, but never when she's in the bed with me. A wall would solve nothing.
These children have rights. Sorry.
Hey, where's Stewie? That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.